Dewberries. Yep, dewberry vines. I certainly would like to be here when they ripen. We're at the Scenic Overlook, just east of Smithville, Texas, on Texas Highway 71. It's a nice little overlook, little rest area, picnic area. Only 2 tables, a few trash cans. Nice circle drive that goes in each direction. Trash cans. Barbecue pits that have seen their better day. What you are hearing is Texas 71. That is the divided highway that's just below the lookout. Or shall I say, overlook. It's not a designated camping ground. It is a Texas roadside picnic area. But the Caddy Shack is going to be there tonight, and hopefully without issue. There's all kinds of walking trails and places to explore. But you got to be careful and wear the right shoes. I was wearing flip-flops and had to go back and change because this is a very steep drop-off right here. The grass is so green, it smells so fresh. It's springtime. Oh yes, literally, it is springtime. I believe today's the first day of spring. There's a railroad track back beyond these woods. I hear the trains often. Must come through 4 or 5 times a day, and they're long trains. They rumble and rattle. I don't know what's down here. I think there's a creek, and there's a train trellis down here somewhere that's really interesting. I've always wanted to walk that train trellis, probably for the last 30 years. Yeah, I started stopping at this rest area back in 1982 when a friend of mine and myself from Houston was traveling this route to go to Hippie Hollow. But the washout's pretty severe right now, and I don't have a walking stick or a tow hitch to get me out of here. It looks kind of spooky down there too. Beautiful time of the day. Look how the sun is reflecting onto that oak tree. Look at those new leaves coming out for the summer. There they are. You see them? That's our trail back in, and yes, I'm a little winded. I turned the phone off for a while and put it in my pocket to conserve battery. And what I didn't conserve was my battery, because I'm a little winded now. I want to see if you can tell anything about this view. The evening is starting to cool down. Shadows are getting longer. And of course the highway is still noisy. But there's something about that white noise in the background. As a background to such a serene, beautiful, and green setting. Yep. It's very interesting. It's not offensive. But I need to go sit in that chair and finish that little cocktail. Don't you think? Question. In several hundred years, or a few thousand years. Would these qualify as petroglyphs? If they do, we got a collection of them. That is a very flat horizon. Let's go down the ramp, shall we? I didn't get to see any bluebonnets, but there sure are a lot of dewberry vines out here. If you haven't had dewberries, you're missing a treat. I'm going to be looking for some dewberry cobbler before this spring is up. We're going down a steep incline. Doesn't look like it though. We haven't serviced the tanks in about 2 weeks, so we're going to go into the Buescher State Park, which is a Texas state park over here in Smithville. We're going to pay our daily pass. We'll dump the tanks, dump the trash, fill up with fresh water, fill all the reserve bottles up with fresh water, and take a real good shower. Oh, that land is for sale. Oh, I always love that land. It's 127 acres. I cannot afford that. Now, before you go to a Texas state park, you better check their website to see if those parks are open, because there's a lot of parks that are closed. They're closed because they're still recovering from Hurricane Harvey. Oh, there's a squirrel. Squirrel! 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 Squirrel. Isn't this beautiful? Yep, this is Buescher State Park, Smithville, Texas. Look at that Spanish moss. Some beautiful structures, all built by the CCC. I asked her about boondocking in the park, because there is rumor that you can go out to a state park, and if you don't pay for a parking space, you can still park like in a parking lot by the picnic areas and stuff like that, and dry camp. That is not true. Not true. You must have a designated parking space, and you must pay for that designated parking space. There is our dump station. It says it's a trailer dump station. We're no trailer. You think we can get by with it? We're going to. We can get up in here and take our time. It is caution low clearance, so there are going to be some low hanging limbs. I'm only 10 foot tall, so I should be fine. All the water tanks are clean, empty, or full. All my reserve water bottles are full as well. We got reserve gasoline, reserve propane, plus full tanks on the rig. We'll be good for about another month. I expect it to only last me about a week or two though, because being so close to these Texas parks, and at only $5 a day to service your tanks and get a good shower in, just can't beat that. Well, you could beat it if it were free. It ain't free, so there. We've just pulled out of Buescher State Park. My phone is overheating and will not video, so I'll make this quick. And I apologize for the lost footage. But I guess I've got to upgrade to some sort of decent video camera. It's as frustrating for me, trust me, as it could possibly be for you. This is fire devastation that you see here on all private property. It's going to be a long time before this recovers. The Park Service is doing a lot of recovering on their park acreage that was lost. There's a lot of new growth and seedlings that have been planted. How about that for a hill, huh? Yeah, this is the first time I've taken the Caddyshack on this road. It was awesome in the convertible. One thing about having the Forest Gone is the view has certainly expanded. Beautiful little houses set up on top of hills. Unfortunately, they are looking over Armageddon. But when these trees start breaking down and falling and going back into the earth, it'll be beautiful out here again. Who's to say it's not beautiful right now in its own very special way? Here are some hilltop views for you. Yes, it's just a park road. It's already getting warm out here today. Look at this hill. There you go. This property up to the left, that's just so ideal. Big old metal cover. You can park RVs underneath it if you want. They have a little retaining pond for water. They've taken an otherwise dismal place after the burn and turned it into a beautiful homestead. Functional. There's beauty in function. I believe in function over farm. Oh, and it's for sale. You know, now that I think about it, it was for sale last year when I came through here. How about some more canopy cover? There's Alum Creek. Here, the new pines that have been planted, and look how they're flourishing. Wow, they have sprung up quite a bit from just this time last year. It's called Lost Pines because the pine trees are very uncharacteristic for this area. This is usually post oak country and mesquite, no pine. Now we're entering the Bastrop State Park. We never left Park Road 1C from the Buescher State Park. No bluebonnets out here. That's okay. I'm gonna find them. We're traveling the ridge now over here in Bastrop State Park. I'm going to pull off just to give you an idea. I'm not going to pull in there because it's going to be hard to turn around, but we're way up on the very top of a ridge. But right over there, let me see if I can find it. There it is. Right over there is the main campground. But down over here in that corner is my favorite campground, and that's where we're going now. Now folks, this is my favorite campground here at the Bastrop State Park. This campground, I believe, is called Copperas Cove. I'm not exactly sure, but it is stellar. Spectacular sights, beautiful trees. I'm hoping I got a place up here where I can park next to the restrooms so I can go take showers. Did I say showers? I probably need more than one. Oh yeah, real easy to back in there. That won't be any trouble at all. I hear some limbs scratching, don't you? Here's our Copperas restroom. Great facility. Drinking fountains, breezeway, dishwashing station. That's pretty cool. And then over here, isn't that pretty? Out into the campground. And here we have the facilities. Isn't that awesome? Complete with electricity. Yep. And this is going to be my room here. Tonight's dinner is rosemary potatoes with fried onions and sausage.